Hello there, my young readers, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome. In today's story, the Berenstain Bears' cub brother and sister deal with the age-old question every young person has to deal with: what to do during their summer break. So if you want to know what they did, make sure you stick around for the story, and be sure to stick around to the end because Tri-Angel and I are going to have a lively discussion about it. So, if you guys aren't ready, go ahead, run, get your snacks, go get your drinks, pause this video, run to the bathroom, come on back, and we'll get started. Stay tuned. The name of this story is called The Berenstain Bears and the Summer Job by Stan and Jan Berenstain. It was summertime. School was closed for the year. Brother and sister bear were walking down a dusty road. They were thinking about how they should spend their summer vacation. "We could just play," said sister. "Playing is fine," said brother, "but playing all the time would be boring." "We could go swimming," said sister. "Swimming is fine," said brother, "but we can't go swimming every day." "We could go to the library," said sister. "Yes," said brother. "Mama takes us to the library every Saturday. But what will we do the rest of the week?" "Maybe we could get a job," said sister. "That's a good idea," said brother. "But what kind of job could we get? We're just cubs." That's when they saw the sign. It was hanging on Farmer Ben's front gate. It said, "Help wanted, see Farmer Ben."
"Well, yes,"
said Farmer Ben.
"I do need help, but I was thinking of someone older. What could you cubs do to help?"
"All kinds of things," said the cubs. "We could sweep the barn, feed the chickens, collect the eggs, slop the hogs, here, bossy, call the cows, and make sure the bullpen is locked tight." said Farmer Ben. He thought for a while. Then he said,
"All right, the job is yours. Here's some brooms. You can start by sweeping the barn."
"There's just one thing," said sister. "If this is a job, we should get paid." "Yes," said brother. "How much will you pay us?" said Ben.
"See that field? That's my cornfield. The corn is my cash crop."
"What's a cash crop?" asked sister. "A cash crop is what a farmer grows to make money," said brother.
"Tell you what,"
said Ben. He took a piece of string and some sticks and marked off a corner of the field.
"If you do a good job, I'll pay you the money I get for all the corn that grows in that corner of the field."
"How much will that be?" asked sister.
"Depends,"
said Farmer Ben. "Depends on what?" asked brother.
"Depends on getting rain,"
said Ben.
"Not too little, not too much. Depends on corn bugs. In a bad year, corn bugs can ruin a crop. Depends on keeping the crows from eating the seed. That's why I'm making this scarecrow."
"So we won't know how much money we'll earn until the end of the summer?" said sister.
"No more than I will,"
said Farmer Ben.
"That's the way it is with farming."
So the cubs went to work. They swept the barn. They fed the chickens. They collected the eggs. They slopped the hogs. They called the cows. "Here, bossy!" They made sure the bullpen was locked tight. As they kept a close watch on their corner of the cornfield, Brother watched the sky for rain. Sister had bad dreams about corn bugs. And when the crows were no longer afraid of Farmer Ben's scarecrow, Brother and Sister made a scarier one. It even scared Farmer Ben. Working on the farm was hard, but it was fun too. Brother and Sister made friends with the animals, the chickens, the pigs, the cows. Even Ben's big bull seemed to like Brother and Sister. But the best thing was having their own corner of the cornfield. The corn grew straight and tall and was filled with fine, fat ears of corn.
Yes, sir,
said Ben as he got ready to harvest the corn.
This is the finest cash crop I've grown in years. You cubs are gonna do all right.
And they did. Their corner of cornfield earned them many, many dollars.
Well,
said Farmer Ben,
don't spend it all one place.
We won't, said Brother, but we will put it in one place, the bank. That's right, said Sister. It took us a long time to earn this money. We want to keep it at least as long as it took to earn it. Well, that ends our story. I think Brother and Sister learned a lot about what it takes to earn money, especially in farming.
Ooh, they pick one of the hardest jobs to do to get paid for kids, cubs, young ones. And I say that because I think as they were talking about what they were going to do for the summer, because you saw Sister came up with a lot of ideas, came up with they could play, they could swim, they could do all of that for the summer. But then they thought, you know what, they want some money. And as they were walking, they came across Farmer Ben's Help Wanted sign. And they thought, they could do a little bit, get some money real quick. But that's not how farming works. And they found that out kind of the hard way.
Yeah, they did. But I'm going to tell you, I really, really, really like how Sister asked questions. See, that's what you need to do. Any job that you are looking at to, earn you some money, and I say this for first-time people that's going out for a job for the first time, that's usually young people, to research that job. Make sure that's what you want to do, and make sure that you anticipate all of the things that you're going to have to do for that job. Because Sister asked some really good questions. She asked, when they're going to get paid, how much they're going to get paid. Those are the hard questions that you need to ask if you do go for a job and you're in an interview. Because that basically was an interview that they were in.
I agree. I'm not that fond of how Farmer Ben answered Sister's questions, because it just seemed like he wasn't prepared for those questions either. Because to come up with, when she asked, when do they get paid? And he comes up kind of on the fly, you all get the corner of the lot. And if your crop is valuable and it produces well, you'll get all that, the money that makes from that corner. I'm not sure I'm real happy with what he came up with that, because that seemed like he was not anticipating somebody. Now, if that was an older person, and they probably would have had more questions, a little stronger questions, and I don't think he would have been able to just say, hey, I'm a kind of block off this area here, and if this area does well, you'll get paid. Because my thought is, if it doesn't get paid, so what you're saying is all the work that those kids did, brother and sister did throughout the summer, if that area of the farm didn't produce anything or didn't produce well, they weren't going to either get any money or they were going to get a very low amount.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me a little too. I'm going to tell you something else that bothered me. Farmer Ben, when the crops did start to grow, and when they did grow well and produced well, did you notice how he took credit? And I was like, huh? He said, and I quote, "This is the finest cash crop I've done in years." What you mean, you? I mean, those Cubs looked to me like they were doing a lot of that work. And if it had not been for them, I don't think Farmer Ben would have had such a good year with his crops. I just don't.
He wouldn't.
And it's just bothered me a little bit that he took all the credit. I mean, he says towards the end of that you Cubs are going to do all right. Well, yeah, they worked hard to do all right with it.
He had to give them a little bit of credit. He didn't give a whole lot, but he gave them a little bit of credit. He gave them a crumb of credit. But hey, then when he's paying them, if you gonna pay me, pay me. Don't worry about what I do with my money. Just pay me. But he wants to, tell them don't spend it all in one place. And again, because I guess, like you, we're kind of already triggered with a couple of the comments that he said. So for him to say that, we're already triggered. So no, we don't appreciate that. And those Cubs, brother and sister, they know what they're going to do with their money. And I appreciate what they said, especially, sister saying they're going to put it in the bank. But I think what they should do is put some of it in the bank, and then they've got some to spend because they spent a lot of the summer working.
Right.
And now this is what they're going to get a chance to enjoy.
Exactly. And they deserve it because that's a lot of work that and I'm not talking about sitting behind a desk in a nice, comfy, cozy office, air conditioned. No. Brother and sister, they worked. They were outside working. And right now, guys, you know how hot it is outside. So you can just imagine what it probably is there. So it's just a lot of hard work. And I think they did smashingly well.
What is that? Smashing?
Yeah.
Smashingly well?
Smashingly.
Well, little darling, that's my time. I have got to go, but I will see you all in the next video. Bye!
Well, there goes Miss Triangel. And again, we had a great time. We hope that you guys enjoyed this story, and I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. So until next time, my young readers, I am your little darling narrator, out.